Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the trading show here. My name is David. Be a man in the show today. Let's talk some charts, talk some TA. Just got into an Ave long here. 15x. Let's go ahead and throw that in the Discord as well. Ave long opened with 15x leverage. Highly recommend you guys go join our Discord. Once you're in there, click on to get the VVIP trading access. All you gotta do is create an account on Buy DeFi, deposit $100 for yourself to trade, and then just put your UID, and then you'll be in. We put in all of my trades, so if we don't do it on the live show, or maybe you don't get a chance to catch the live show all the time, you'll get all the entry and the exits with the TP stop losses. So we did cash in an Ave short. Although we could have written it down a little longer, we did cash in at 21%, so scalping some profits there. My initial TP was 293, which obviously went way below that. And so again, took profits a little early, but you know, hey, no one goes broke taking profits, right? We also put in a limit long, a market long on XLM, currently up 18%, and our BitTensor long. Still in, we've 2x this one. Got in at around $300 and 301, and it's currently at 342. This one I'm waiting for $460 to close my position. This is going to be a bigger trade for me personally. Let's take a look at some bubbles on the day here. No idea what that is. Chain Opera AI. What is Chain Opera AI? Let's take a peek. Chain Opera AI. We're going to look at Aave. We're going to look at XLM. We'll obviously look at Bitcoin. This thing is up 2,000% in 7 days. What is this? Blockchain-based full-stack AI platform designed to enable collaborative intelligence through a network of AI agents and models. Oh, look, AI agents don't do anything right. Oh, and then also look, it's BNB. BNB ecosystem is crushing it, you guys. I'm curious on where this one is. This is one we gave our Patreon members. It's up 7% on the day, 18% on the week. It says perp DEX on Binance. That entire ecosystem, you guys, is absolutely crushing. Let's actually look at the BSC ecosystem. Binance ecosystem. Why are you giving me XRP? That's not in Binance ecosystem. I fucking hate these things. Okay, so this is not valid. Let's see if CoinGecko gives us some better. Let's see if we see anyone here. Binance or BNB. Oh, there's one. Binance, I think it was Binance Lab, so YZI, and then there was one I just saw, Binance Alpha. Let's just go. Give me the goods. Come on. Come on, don't freeze on me now. There we go. Same shit. Okay, they got Plasma, they got Astra. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, all right, never mind on the categories. Pancake Swap crushing it. Let's look at Pancake Swap real quick. You know, we missed our entry by $2 on a long at like $3 and I think it was like $3.14. This thing is crushing, man. You take a look. We draw our fibs to that initial move up to around 375. We almost nailed the 50, which is where we had our long order in. And then currently, if we look at from this rally, 236 is where we're currently catching some bounce. Your 50 sitting at 387, so this might be another long opportunity. If we get that retrace back down to that $3.87 level, but I'm not in this now. I'm not touching a long. I'm not touching an entry. I want to see this thing retrace. You can see it's bumping up against these large volume nodes and catching some support or resistance. depending on where we're at. That's Pancake Swap. Let's check on, let's go to XLM. That was the long, the market long order we entered. And this was on a confirmation bounce. We had one bounce. We had a positive reaction. Second bounce, some confluence here with a large volume node on the volume range profile. I think we got in at 38.6 cents, currently 15% in the green on an XLM trade. I think XLM is going to absolutely crush. You look on the weekly. As of now, we're right at that trend line on the weekly. That is 38.95 cents. So expecting a positive bounce here off of the larger pattern that we identify, right? This W coming into a bull flag, which we're currently looking to break out of right now. And our initial TP profit level is 46.41 cents. Let's throw on our Lux algo, seeing if there's any pretty large order block, you guys, sitting. Let's do this. Pretty large order block sitting between 47.5 and around 51 cents. 41% of all trading happened at those levels. And you can see how price has reacted. Wicks into this area, downside. Wick into this area, downside. Wick into this area, downside. So this is going to be a very, very important level to watch for as XLM has its breakout. So I would highly recommend, if you are in this trade with us, to set a TP just under that 46.5 cent level. We do have that big volume node at around 45.63. So let's go ahead. I want to see if I have a TP. I don't. Let's go ahead and set that TP right now. We'll do partial. We'll do 50% at 0.463. 0.463. So we'll do 50% TP there. And then we'll evaluate the rest as the price continues to rally. Now, I mentioned there's a token that I believe is going to 2x, and here it is, Wire. Those have been our Patreon. You guys know that I've been accumulating Wire on dips. So if you have been as well, I think we're in for a big breakout, man. This is like, this is about as clean as an inverse head and shoulders setup as you can see. I mean, just, can I use the word gorgeous? Just like gorgeous. I mean, left shoulder, beautiful head, forming the right shoulder right now. And your measured move here, just measure the depth of the head, take it to the neckline, and you're at a penny and a half, which would be a clean 2x from where it is now. A little more than a 2x from where it is now. This one, thin liquidity, so the moves are going to be violent. Low volume at 213K. But if we break that neckline, I think it's going to happen fast. A penny and a half, potentially be taking some profits there. But I'll be notifying our Patreon members first. So yeah, so these guys are legit. 717 Capital. They're about to purchase a bank. They are a Circle partner. They do OTC deals, and percentage of that, of what they make from those OTC deals, from their fees, they buy back and burn the token. And so this is legit. It's a virtual protocol ecosystem token. So Rob was asking, what do they do? Well, if you're a holder of Wire, you can do OTC deals at a very highly discounted rate. And so there's your utility on top of, hey, people are just speculating on the token. We know OTC is a big thing. And then being a Circle partner obviously is a huge deal as well. And so, yeah, I think Wire is going to 2x if this pattern plays out. Now, obviously anything can happen. This could be a scenario where we fail to break this neckline and then just come right back down. Test this low here at around, let's do by market cap. Currently at 6 million market cap. It could potentially come down and retest This low here at around 2.5 million market cap, 3 million market cap. I don't think that's the base case, but hey, anything can happen. On the wave down, we'll also potentially test this 4.3. I think that's more likely if we fail to break this 8.87 in terms of market cap. But I'm fairly confident this thing is probably going to 2x. I'd say over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, yeah. Sure Logic said, will Uniswap reach any highs again 15, 20, 25? I think it will, man. I think it will. If Uniswap can retain market share dominance or market dominance in the ETH DEX volume, I guess, kind of medium there. But I think it can happen. And then Aave entered a long right before I got on the show. Very similar to XLM on the daily. 2 confirmed retests. Positive price action. Same thing with Aave. Broke out of this falling channel, falling wedge. First positive retest. Aave rallies 7%. Big candle down with increased volume, guys. It's a 7% move down and it bounced. Beautiful bounce right off of this trend line. So twice now we've had support just like solidified at this trend line. And so to me, this gives me confidence that this has flipped from resistance to support, right? Resistance, kind of resistance, support. So we flipped from bearish to bullish, from down to up on Aave on the daily high time frame. Let's take a peek at some of the momentum indicators here. Market cipher B. Did just get bearish money flow crossover on market cipher B. Our momentum indicators are trending down. That's on the daily. Let's check the 8 hour. 8 hours reversing. Ooh. 8 hour might be giving us a potential anchor trigger wave entry here, which would be great as money flow looks to cross back into the green. Let's go down to the 6 hour. 6 hour currently is giving us a anchor trigger wave long. We'll see if this green dot holds. 4 hour. Let's go back. Let's go to the 5 hour. 4 hour. This is a 4 hour on market cipher B. VWAP has crossed into our positive territory. Money flow stayed green since 1 a.m. this morning. So since really the day started at 1 a.m. Looks like the momentum indicators have bottomed. Seeing a nice little sharp turn to the upside. And then finally the 1 hour on Aave. Just get rid of that. Money flow is right at 0. I think it's going to cross to the upside. VWAP extending at 13.6. And momentum indicators look really good on the 1 hour as well. Also have a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders here on the momentum waves, which obviously did give us that push to the upside, putting in a higher high here as well. That red dot meant nothing as we put in, again, a higher high on the momentum wave. Let's check price action on Aave on the hour. One hour, you see the multiple bounces on the 1 hour, right? Positive bounce, and positive bounce. So if we get another entry, if price comes back down to this 270, lower 270 level, 272 level, I would be looking at to scalp a long there, you guys, to scalp a long. This one is a nice, could potentially be coming into some sort of a cup and handle pattern. If we do continue to the upside, catch some resistance at 291. Expect a bounce at 286. Tons of volume coming in there. Let's look at market cipher A. Market cipher A flashing a little bit of a reversal here. on the previous trend, which was up from 275 to 286. But there's tons of volume here, tons. This entire range from 277 to 291, you're seeing mass amounts of volume. And then on the way up, we see gaps. We see a large gap until you get to around $300, which is where I'm looking to take this long trade, right? Scalp it at around 300 and then see what we do. Maybe it's a partial TP, maybe it's a complete 100% TP. I don't know yet. I'll evaluate that as price moves higher, or maybe price moves lower, and then we'll reevaluate there as well. And then while we're on market cipher A, just checking the 4 hour, the higher time frame, the 6 hour. 6 hour might be giving us a little bit of a bear flag pattern here. Let's go ahead and measure this thing out. Invalidation is at 288.72 on this bear flag pattern. Also potentially setting up for a inverse head and shoulders. If we bump up against that, come back, and as long as we stay above 274 on that right shoulder, could be a inverse head and shoulders breakout to the upside, or we might just get an invalidation of that bear flag pattern on the 6 hour time frame on AVE. Let's check the 8 hour. Blood diamond on the 8 hour. This happened though yesterday, which, as you can see, we did get that 6% move to the downside. I think AVE is going to see a nice bounce. AVE always. Whenever I am identifying coins that bounce back fairly quickly, AVE is always at the top. Patty said, "I love to know your thoughts on capital gains tax in Ireland." I don't have any. I'm sorry. I'm not from Ireland. I'm not familiar with their tax code. I know capital gains tax, especially short-term cap gains, is theft, 30-some%, ridiculous. And when they try to do the tax on unrealized gains, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, if I haven't physically taken profit on it, why am I being taxed? So, but that's a conversation for another day. Also, guys, as I'm going through these charts, if there's anything you'd like me to take a look at, please throw it in the chat. Let's take a peek at Bitcoin. Nice bounce on the daily, as we mentioned before. Let's get rid of that. Let's zoom out to the lower time frames. A lot of bear flags on the 8 hour, the 6 hour, the 4 hour. These could turn into cup and handles, or these could turn into, again, potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. I guess it's just a wait and see for how these play out. Let's check market cipher B. Green dot on the 8 hour on market cipher B. Nice bounce on these momentum indicators. Money flow looks like it wants to expand, and then VWAP just crossed above our 0 line. So momentum is in the favor of the bulls here on the 8 hour. Let's check the 6. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. This might be a long entry here, my friends. Take a peek. Here's your anchor wave. Here's your trigger wave confirmed with a green dot. That's your TW. Great. Money flow expansion, great. VWAP above. This tells us we should enter a long. This is on the 6 hour time frame. Confirmation happened on this candle. We're seeing a little bit of a dip. Let's throw on market cipher A. No red flags there. 4 hour looks good. 6 hour trigger wave. Let's go. $150X. We'll do 25 on this. I think Rob that in here. All right, let's scalp a Bitcoin long here. All right, Bitcoin long in. We got all of our positions are long. BitTensor, XLM, Aave, and now Bitcoin. So yeah, I love that anchor wave, trigger wave entries and exits, you guys. I'm telling you. Let's check in on Minotaur. Let's see what Minotaur has been doing. Minotaur almost bought the bottom, entered in at 121.8. And this thing takes profits in 2% clips. Haven't quite reached there, so expecting a TP on that position at around 124.5. But this thing's been nailing it, dude. I mean, just look. Nailed the top, nailed the top, nailed the bottom, nailed the bottom, nailed the top. This thing is legit, man. If you're a serious trader and you want an algo bot that's a set it and forget it, man, this is it, bro. This is it. I've been running this for almost 30 days. I'm about to move it over to futures, where I'm expecting 3 to 5% monthly returns. Now we're getting around 2.5 monthly. Great, right? 24 to 36% annual. But hitting that 3 to 5, we're talking 36 to 60% annual. No, those are crazy numbers. But so far, so good. And everyone I've talked to, Lifer, a few other people I can't name, they swear by this thing. And, you know, starting to see it happening for myself. So if you want more info, there's a link in the description. It's not for everyone, but I'd recommend at least booking a call with these guys. They are legit. Okay. What? Oh, okay, I thought Gina was talking to me. All right. Again, guys, love to do some charting on whatever you guys would like. So make sure to throw that in there. I do want to take a peek at Sire. Let's see if we can pull that up on a... Let me get out of this so I don't mess up the... Do this. Let's go into... Can we pull this up on here? Sire, USDC... I am so bullish on this project, guys. They put out a new update on their A Vault. Once that's fully functional and live, I think, man, this thing is going to explode. Let's look at the 4-hour here. If we can identify any trends, any patterns. Massive volume node at 78.7, which has been a big sell area. Look at these liquidity grabs. These are massive liquidity grabs. 1, 2, 3. Essentially, every time we get down to like sub 70 cents, you see a massive liquidity grab, and this thing moves violently. And guys, this is without the vaults being, being out of beta. And this team getting an NFL, NBA, obviously football or soccer. I got a big fat bag of this, and this is honestly, man, when it comes to AI agents, this is my highest conviction play, and I put my money where my mouth is. Check in for some bullish divergence here. No bullish divergence. But you're starting to see the RSI make higher lows. All right, starting to see it make higher lows. I'm telling you, man, when this thing runs, it's gonna run. It's in such a tight range. Those bands start to get tight. Bollinger Bands. I'm telling you, man, big moves coming. Dollar. My targets for this are like $8 to $12. $8 to $12. You're looking at a 10x, 10 to 15x. I don't know how else to say it, man. I love this project. I love this team, and this is my #1 AI agent hold, man. This is top 5 in my entire portfolio. just beware. 78 cents. Potential sell pressure there. Once we crack 74, we're going to 80. Depending on what we do, there's a massive gap until we hit 90 cents. And then you're talking about approaching all-time highs, which is around $1.30. Yeah, about $1.25, $1.30, and then we run this thing up to the $8 to $12 range. I'm curious. I know I see a lot of you that have been around for a while. If you guys have a position on Sire, put a 1 in the chat. Formerly known as D-King, currently known as Sire, put a 1 in the chat. I'm very curious. Jenny said Sonic or XDC. Let's take a look at XDC. Also like XDC. Not a lot of people talk about XDC. But this is a pure RWA play. I think we had it on. Yeah, we had it on Coin. Let's take a peek here. Let's clean up this chart a little bit. Let's start on the weekly. I don't think I've charted this. I have charted this. So you're kind of seeing things play out like they usually do, right? Like at least here you had this falling channel that essentially lasted, let's see how long this thing lasted, from top to bottom. This is around 400 days. This is on the weekly. Right now, what do we see? Breakout, retest, rallied like 500%. You got something similar, though a little steeper. And then what do we saw? We saw a breakout, no retest, rally around 80%. And look where we are now, kind of same thing. You can call this a bull flag. I bet you these bands probably tight as shite. I don't know. Expansion on the Bollinger Bands. That's on the weekly. Let's check the daily. Oh, look how tight those are on the daily. The daily is tight. A big move is coming, and we are at an inflection point with our volume range level at around 7.6 cents on XDC. Let's draw our fib from low to high. Let's get rid of view. Let's get rid of view. Look at that. Bounce on the gold pocket. Gold pocket bounce on XDC. Once here, we're getting it now. We've had wicks into this area that have seen positive price action. So my bias here on XDC is definitely long. Let's check our market cipher on the daily. Daily looks ugly on market cipher. Let's zoom into the 4-hour. 4-hour looks better. Nice bounce. RSI and stochastics. And we also just got a bullish crossover on money flow. Money flow is in the green. VWAP's in the green on the 4-hour. Let's check the 1. Ooh, I was looking for a potential anchor. Okay. 1 hour money flow's in the red, but it's like right there. Indicators look great. Momentum looks great on the 1 hour. So my bias on XDC is up. We come into a potential Adam and Eve, maybe maybe a small little leg to the downside, and then we, just kind of start pushing back up. But XDC, I have a little bit in my portfolio. I'm pretty bullish on it, but there's I only have so much money. I'm not gonna sit here and be fake and say I'm a bazillionaire. So I got like resources. I got certain money allocated to crypto. A vast majority of my net worth is in crypto. And so I don't have a lot of this, I'll be honest, but I see the value. If you're bullish on RWAs, I think XDC is a great add or great way to diversify your portfolio. Cardano H-bar, we looked at an XLM chart, we looked at Aave, we looked at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a peek at ETH. And again, guys, if there's anything you want me to take a look at, please throw it in the chat. Let me clean up the chart here just a little bit. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Bye, buy, and the rest of you can stay. Let's start on the daily on ETH. Bloop, bloop. Inverse head and shoulders potentially on the daily. Targeting 54.64 if this plays out. Maybe some resistance around 46.32. Let's see where volume's coming in. $4,500 seems to be a nice volume level for Ethereum. Current red dot on the daily, but that has not closed yet. VWAP bearish crossover and money flow. So Market Cipher is telling us the bears are in control for the time being. Now this obviously could change. Let's go to the lower time frame. Let's check the 6 hour here. Let's get rid of that. Again, guys, you see it across the board. Like, you chart crypto enough, you just see the same shit. Big move, potential bear flag, maybe coming into a cup and handle pattern. Time will tell as price action plays out. Market Cipher looks better on the 6 hours, so lower time frames look better. Higher time frames, ooh. How long till this candle closes? An hour. An hour from now, if this remains, this is a long entry on ETH. I keep doing it. TW, baby. TW, AW. Anchor wave, trigger wave. This is a long entry. If this remains the same, don't make the same mistake I made and lose money. We'll see when this candle closes. Now, I won't be live when this happens, but keep an eye. If you got Market Cipher, open it up in 50 minutes at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Keep your eye out on Market Cipher B on the 4 hour on Ethereum. If this holds, this is a long entry. Long entry targeting the swing high, 47.53. Let's check our cloud. Bouncing at the cloud. You ever bounced on a cloud? If you haven't, ETH has. Looks good. Right here. Confluence here, massive volume node. You're seeing the cloud hold. You are about to get a bearish crossover on the 26-day moving average, crossing above the 9-day moving average. Looks like that might be subverted, right? You see, when ETH stays above, when the 9 stays above the 26, you see upward price action, right? We had the crossover here. What happened to ETH? Slowly rallied 18%. So if we can stay, right? If this 9 breaks out above the 26, we're looking good. We're looking good, and we'll look even better if this holds, this trigger wave holds. But we'll see. Time will tell. Let's look at the 2 hour. Nice bounce on the momentum waves or momentum indicators on the 2 hour. A little more bearish on the setup on the 2 hour time frame in terms of our Ichimoku cloud. Same with the 1 hour. Although we did just get a bullish crossover on the 1 hour. Let me get rid of that so you guys can see. 9-day just crossed above our 26. And let's see, the last time it did it on the 1 hour was here. Bullish crossover. ETH rallies 5%. Now, this isn't enough for me to say, hey, moving averages crossed over, YOLO into a long. No, we wait. We wait. Let's check Market Cipher A. The Market Cipher is just so good. It's so good. God. Crypto Face, if you're watching, good fucking job, bro. Good effing job. You are an absolute, this man is a machine. Just perfect. Like, trend is coming to an end. Previous uptrend. We see a little bit of a downturn. Now, the one thing I do want to check is pull my fib real quick. So look at that. The 50 is holding again. On a wick. 45.01. Talked about that on the higher time frames. Confluence there with the 9-day MA at 44.98. I'm expecting a bounce on ETH. 4 hour. I'm watching the 4 hour. This might be my 5th long position I entered. So my overall general direction, my bias is up, is bullish. So yeah, Bitcoin 123.3 currently. So yeah, guys, we're scalping longs, baby. Scalping longs. A lot of I'm liking what I see on ETH though, man. I really am. I would expect another push up to like, call it 4750, 4800. Seeing this after this big spill off from like 4750. Starting to see a nice rounding here. Expect to catch some resistance there. We might see a cup and handle on the 1 hour, which again will look to long depending on where it stops. That's the theorem. Jenny, thank you very much. No problem, Jenny. You're very welcome. Sold some of my Ondo after the November rally. Put it in XCC and Pendle. Hey, good move, Jenny. Good move. Hi, Crypto Princess. How are you? Caspa. I got a Caspa video coming out. After watching it, some of you might love me, some of you might hate me. I don't know. But I shared my just raw, honest thoughts on Caspa, price action, and what I'm expecting. Take a look at a chart, though. But if you want a more in-depth view on where I stand with Caspa, make sure to watch that video. That'll come out right after the live show in about, I'd say, 30 to 45 minutes. Where's Caspa at? You know, those of you who've been watching, you guys know we've identified. Let's go into a 4 box. Okay, we'll keep Caspa here. Here, let's bring up Hedera here. Give me the week on H bar. Give me the week on H bar. Give me the week on Caspa. Give me the week on Chainlink. And then what was the other one? XLM. Now this is kind of a tie. Just give me a second, guys. I'll show you what I'm talking about here, okay? And then link. Let's go weekly on link. Okay, all right. Let's go zoom in here. Okay, so what we're seeing with Caspa here, you got Caspa, Hedera, Chainlink, and XLM, okay? You look at Caspa, it had what seemed to be a potential W, right? Come in here, low, failed to make a new high, essentially a second low. And then you're supposed to get like, you're supposed to take this high out, come in and then a bull flag and then a breakout. Hence, what we see here, this is H bar. Downside, high, come in, fail to make a new high, double bottom, blow through this high, and then bull flag. Here is chain link, bottom, lower high, right? Higher low or same high. And then look at that. You take out this high and then you come into a bear flag or bull flag. Guess what? Same shit with XLM. And Caspa did not complete that pattern. So for me, this is to me simply from price action. It's just not a good sign. If I'm objectively speaking, if I'm objectively giving you if I'm objectively looking at the chart, no bias, I have a bag of Caspa. I love Caspa. I love the community. But if I'm removing my bias, I'm removing my emotions and feeling, this does not look good. I could be wrong. This thing could break out, but I don't know. That's from a price action standpoint. Again, I go into more detail in the Caspa video. So if you want more info there, just just watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. So is it because it needs more time, bigger cycle? Probably yes. Probably yes. But the problem is people in our space just don't have the patience. We want to talk about how fair launch, no VCs, this is what crypto needs. And then the people don't give it time to organically grow. Well, Solana did this. Yeah, Solana had a shitload of money. So did Sui. So did Aptos. So did ETH. Maybe not. But you get the point. Also, GF Burke, bro. This thing is badass, dude. I'm talking about it for 2 days. Thank you very much for this. And for those of you, just because I'm bearish on price action doesn't mean I'm bearish on the project. Again, I have Caspa in my portfolio. I have a significant amount. And he said the monthly looks great. Let's take a look at the monthly. This is Caspa monthly from MEXC. Here is our high in July. Lower high, lower high. Now this is consolidation here, so I bet you these bands are not enough data to look at those. But I mean, so you're at an inflection point, and it looks like the bottom's in. Like you can't, you're failing to close above your gold pocket. So you're getting gold pocket rejection. The 786 is holding. So I guess if you're looking for like an ideal entry or maybe longing, 5.61 cents seems to be a fairly decent level to get it on Caspa. So, but yeah, I mean, price action wise, I don't know, you know, big dip in volume. That's on the monthly. Let's check. I don't even know if there's enough info on. Yeah, there's not enough info for market safe. And then when you look at, let's look at Caspa's 200 MA. This is not good, man. I'm sorry. Like, you're getting rejected multiple times at your 200-day moving average. 2. Came into an M pattern, which looks like it's kind of playing out. Good news, you're at the bottom end of this range. So I should see a bounce. But the question then becomes, like, how high can Caspa go in this market cycle? Can it get a new high? I don't know. I don't. I mean, this is coming from someone who had really, really bullish upside targets for Caspa. I mean, just take a pick. Look at ETH well above its 200 AMA, Solana well above its 200 MA, XRP above, BNB obviously above, Doge above, ADA above, Tron, Link, AVAX, XLM, like these are all trading above their 200 AMA. Toncoin is not. Toncoin has just died. SHIB is not. DOT. Even fucking Polkadot is trading above its 200 AMA. So I don't know. I'm trying to look at it objectively, because if I'm being subjective, my bias would be more bullish, price action wise. But it's just at the end of the day, these are the facts. This is what's in front of us. We use the tools that we have to identify, and Caspa is just, it's in a downtrend. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Caspa. Bitcoin long is currently in the red. That's okay. Aave XLM long and the BitTensor long are in the green, which is really, really good. It's the greatest. All right. I'm calling it a day. If you're not subbed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific is when we do the trading show. Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific is when we do our news show. So you get a little bit of both. You get some trading, you get some news and fun, and kind of a live show. And so make sure you sub to the channel. Caspa video comes out. I'm going to publish that in like 10-15 minutes. Watch that. And with that being said, guys, thank you very much for your support. If you want to support the channel further, there's links in the description. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.